What is going on, guys? It's Gage Crazy Dog here, and welcome to You Buck That. And today, great day. I am very excited. I'm telling you, it's a sweet, bitter day, if I must say. Bruce Arians, he announced last night he is retiring from the Buccaneers as the head coach, and will be in the front office. I forget his position exactly, but basically he'll be assisting Jason Litt in the draft process and throughout the season, that kind of stuff. Which is it's at least he'll still be part of the team. It's just kind of sad to see him go as head coach. If I'm being honest, I did. There's a lot of coaches I like, but Bruce is my favorite. I love his character. Like he didn't care what the people thought of him. He was just be himself, and he was a great head coach, man. He turned a lot of quarterbacks around. Like Carson Palmer, his career was decent, but not great. And he brought him to multiple. He helped him go to multiple playoffs and championship game as a Cardinal, which was very impressive. People were like, "No, he didn't even go to the Super Bowl." Well, guys, Super Bowl ain't easy to get to, and especially back then in 2013, the NFC West was tough. Man, Seahawks, Rams, and what's the other one? I forget now. Seahawks, Cardinals, and I forget, but and the Rams, obviously. So yeah, that's it's not easy. It was definitely impressive what Bruce Arians was able to do with the Cardinals and with the Bucks especially. Even Winston, he had a good year his last year with the Bucks under Bruce Arians. They didn't have a winning record or even a medium record. It was like 7-9, but still. What Bruce was able to do with even Jameson Winston was impressive. And then obviously his second year, he won a Super Bowl with Tom. Tom's first year, Tom deserves a lot of the credit because what he is able to do as a player, no one will ever replicate in NFL history, I don't believe. Possibly Patrick Mahomes, but even that's deep, man. That's deep because that's hard to do. Bruce, you're my favorite coach, man. Like I like Dungy, but I didn't really watch him personally, and definitely like him. But you've been my favorite coach even before I was a Bucks fan. Sad to see you go, but I'm excited for your predecessor, not your predecessor, but your successor, Todd Bowles. Now Bowles, let's get to him. He worked with Bruce Arians at Temple. I believe he was defensive coordinator there. I think that was back in the. I think that's back in 93, I believe. And then a couple years passed. I think it was a long list. He worked with the Browns as secondary coach for 4 years, or in the early 2000s. I forget the other teams he's with because the Browns still got to me the most. I think he was with the New York Jets too for 4 years before he was the head coach there. And then obviously he was defense coordinator for Bruce Arians with the Cardinals. And even Bruce Arians like, hey man, coaching is, he even gave more. It's like, coaching is not exactly sunshines and rainbows, which he mentioned. And Todd Bowles talked about that. And New York Jets spent 4 years, I believe, 2014 through 2018. 2015 was his best year with 10-6 with Ryan Fitzpatrick at the helm. We all know that season, at least I do. Hell of a season. And actually, the offseason was big for Fitzpatrick. He actually got paid pretty decently after that year. He held out for a while in the offseason, but he got his money. They sucked that year, and then they got Sam Darnold, and we all know how rookie seasons turn out. 4 or 5 wins sometimes. Not great. Except for Baker Mayfield era. It's a pretty decent year for him. And then he got fired. And then he got to the Tampa. He was defensive coordinator. And when Bruce got there, he's like, "Come on, Todd, let's go, fucking, it's time to go in the Pirates to win some Super Bowls, and remind them what Tampa Bay is all about." And yes, it was awesome. And like Todd, I was very conflicted. I'm like, you know what? He does have he has a great coaching history. Maybe not the Jets so much. Be able to. That was the last time the Jets were that got double-digit seasons was when Todd Bowles was under head coach, which tells you a lot. But yes, I'm very excited for Todd Bowles. I was kind of iffy because I didn't really know too much about Bowles. I never watched his press conference or anything like that. Until the day I watched it, and I liked it. I really do. And one thing with Todd Bowles, you can tell he's a good dude. You know, like his personality. Sometimes, even though you don't meet the person, you can tell their energy. And I like Todd Bowles. I think he's going to fit very well. He's like, hey, I'm not looking to change anything. I'm looking to add on to what we already have, which is what we do. We don't need someone to change it, you know. But he's like, hey, I'm not here to change. I'm not here to change things. I'm looking to add on. But regardless, I'm not looking at being Bruce Arians. I'm not Bruce. I can't be him. I can't wear the kangaroo hat. I can't, I can't be cool like Bruce. But I'm trying to. And he talks about that, like he's not trying to be Bruce or Brady, not trying to. He wants to replicate the Super Bowl wins, but he wants to do it his way, and obviously he wants to find his own niche for the team. And he one thing he said also is like, hey, there's definitely things there's some things as when I was the head coach of New York Jets, I took over here. I want to learn to work better on. But the one thing I liked, he says like, hey, I gotta take only take controls with. The only thing control is me and what's within my control, which I love that. I really do, because that's true, man. We like to blame others, and that's what Bowles mentioned. Like, some people do that. Like, they blame their staff or other people, but he's like, hey, what can I do differently this time around? Because ultimately, I'm the boss of this organization. It's my responsibility. And even we know Mike Zimmer. He actually had a conference meeting with all the players and talked about why it wasn't his fault, basically. Talking about, this happened. Teddy Bridgewater's injured. Todd Bowles didn't do that. He's like, hey, what can I do differently in this situation? And I love that, man. It shows you that Todd's not. They want to help each other out, but he also is going to look at himself, be like, hey, what can I do differently than this time? Because obviously this way didn't work. And I love that, man. I'm excited for Bowles, man. I was kind of nervous, like, he's not super young. Because actually, I was kind of expecting Leftwich to be a replacement, because he's young, and obviously he's been Bruce for a long time, even as a quarterback. But I like Bowles. He has a lot of experience. Defensive mind coach. He doesn't really say that, but I think he is. Definitely defensive mind coach, and yeah, I'm just excited for Bowles, guys, and this is a new era. I'm glad I got to watch. I never was with Bruce when he first got. I wasn't a fan back when Bruce first got to Tampa. Actually, at the time I was thinking about it, but I just didn't do it yet. Yeah, I'm excited for the Todd Bowles era. I think he could be with us for the next 10 to 15 years, to be honest, until he's good to retire. I'm very excited, and guys. This might be a bittersweet, because we all were a big fan of Bruce, I'm sure. Bruce was a great head coach and will be in the Hall of Fame. I think he's up tier with Tony Dungy, for sure. Tony Dungy, the only reason why I gave him longer is because he was at the Bucs longer, and he changed the game with how he approached his players, like with habits. Because all of us, we forget how powerful habits are. It's automatic like that. Because we have supercomputers in our brain. But yeah, that's why I would put Todd, Tony Dungy, and then Bruce Arians a close second. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and guys, Todd Bowles there. Let's go. We're gonna win a couple. Hopefully, in Todd Bowles era, we get to win a couple of Super Bowls. And this year, I feel good. I'm not gonna say we're gonna win or anything, but let's just put this way. I'm feeling pretty confident, and I'm feeling good about this season. And I can't wait to see Todd Bowles as the new head coach for the Buccaneers. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe, and I hope you buck that.